From as far back as I can remember, nature meant everything to me. It fascinated me. Just sitting under a tree and noticing the beauty of a leaf, I felt safe. I felt nothing was being asked of me, a sense of ease. What I discovered with the power of counsel in nature, there's a very good reason why I had such a sense of safety and peace in nature when I was young. Every pattern in nature is connected to us. I am not separate. We are not separate. The first peoples built their cultures and communities by this understanding of the way the sun rises and sets, of the way the moon comes, the way the tides move. They had a deep, deep listening to that rhythm that was not separate from them. What happens in council is we create a container where we just tell stories. The original peoples, they sat around sharing stories about the culture, about their ancestors, and about the land. Everyone has this connection, whether they live in the depths of a city or in the wilds of nature. This is something that's innate for all of us. In a container of a circle, we leave judgments, opinions, ideas, statements out of the circle and just share a story out of our own life. So it includes the whole of us. When people feel safe without being judged or without having to plan what we're going to say, letting something spontaneous come up, we start to recognize my nature is in somebody else's nature. There's this lack of separation, just the same as the land. When I feel safe sitting on a hilltop, it can be the same feeling when I'm with another human being hearing the stories. The first few days of a practice of counsel in nature, we spend those 2 days in a circle developing this sense of listening and sense of sharing. We take that understanding into crossing a threshold into the natural world. We have a day where we cross over and look into our childhood. Where have we been hurt, or where have we felt less than we were as a child? So people go out with these little missions in nature. We may write a letter to somebody from our childhood that we need to talk to. We may draw a picture to try and access some deep feelings inside. We may play with water with our hands, or even get in and swim. We go back into the council circle, maybe a different council form, maybe a fishbowl council form, where some people share their stories and others witness. It's extraordinary and ordinary at the same time. And there's a sense of community and a sense of love and a sense of connection born. We celebrate in the evenings. People spend quiet time writing in their journals or spending time in silence in nature again, or sharing a good meal and enjoying each other's company. And then on another day, we may go into a time in adolescence that was painful or confusing, trying to find out who I am. What is my nature? What am I to do in the world? People maybe go into a dark wood and ask themselves, ask the darkness, what has it got to show me? Inner answers and understandings again come out of our own voice from deep inside. Maybe they make a symbol out of an aspect of nature that helps bring to awareness and even put to rest some of those feelings that are buried deep. Another threshold we connect to is climbing a hill and taking an eagle-eye view of my life. What has my life been like thus far? What is my work in the world? Who am I as an adult? Who am I if I move towards elderhood? What I mean by stepping through a threshold, I maybe walk through a gateway or a line on the ground or step over a river or a stream. I put my thinking down, I put my statements and opinions down and see what nature has to show me, some understandings and some feelings, or some pain and some grief that I need to acknowledge that perhaps in my busy everyday life I've been ignoring. What people gain from doing this is a much deeper understanding of who they are that's not in the linear line of our everyday life. If we come back to the pattern of nature, it's not meant to be in a straight line. It goes round the 4 seasons. Continuously, there's continuous regrowth going on. By opening ourselves in this way to this work, the meaning and the purpose of my life can become available. Can this create a better future for our planet and our relationships? Absolutely. In original cultures, this was a way of living. Everything was connected to everything else. In our modern world, we've lost that. I know nature has its cruelties and its death and sacrifice, and so do we in our lives. But to do that coming from a sense of connection and love would be a very different world. I love nature. I care about what happens to the earth, and I care about what happens to the animals and to other people. I want to share this connection with other people in the hope that it serves the world. What I've learned from this practice is the love I have for wild nature, for the nature in the garden, for the seas, the skies, the stars, the animals, the earth, in every shape and form. I also love human nature too.